That's no
Yeah.
weapon, Peter.
That's just the way he giggles.
I didn't find it very schoolgirl like,
judge.
but thank you for shaming me in front of my friends.
It's not, it's
I'll
not
be honest,
shame.
I thought he was kind of hot.
I need something for the intro anyway.
Great. Now it's going in the intro.
I thought you would have muted it.
You didn't give me time.
The session opened up with a ship hurtling uncontrollably towards the base, the Sindhu base. All of us are stationed on this base on Paradise Lost in different capacities. Xavier and Kurt's character Krieg being recent graduates of the Psychic Academy, Henry Richter being a doctor or a researcher, the superhero Illumination Boy. I forgot Mike, your character's name. Yes, and Skrillex. The ship hurtled in. It crashed into the base. Xavier and Krieg were first on the scene. There were a couple hostile people that are individuals who arose from the wreckage. They were taken out fairly quickly, they were taken out fairly quickly. Around the same time, General Marquardt made his annual appearance in his rickety ship to visit someone important. For whatever reason, he comes here every year and he brings supplies. This was a little bit different in that the supplies that he brought was half the amount that he normally does. We were able to, so we ended up getting called into a meeting with General Marquardt, where he charged us with a mission to go outside the base for a couple days and get a visual inspect the plateau that we're on, because the base is sitting on top of a giant plateau where there's a large drop off into, I believe, an ocean. I think, if I remember the picture correctly.
Yeah, it's water.
Into the ocean. So we're charged to inspect the plateau. We have, I think we have a vehicle that we're fixing up.
Yeah.
Each of us kind of pitched in with different skills to fix up this vehicle so that we could take it around. And
we spent 2 hustle points on it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So it's the it's the stars of that number equivalent of Pimp My Ride. An unnecessarily large TV in the back, maybe a grill.
Yep. I think that's a requirement.
The words "big hustlin" painted across each side.
That was worth one of the hustle points.
Got neon underneath it too. No, that was discussed.
Yes.
So,
LEDs. Oh yeah.
Yep, that was it.
So we ended with the building of the vehicle montage. We also discussed, why don't we just figure out how to make a drone and just fly it around rather than going out there ourselves. I don't think that was ever really resolved, other than we thought it'd be more fun to drive ourselves and go around.
No, the drone idea is still a good one. What we do is we get some balloons and we tie them to one of our cell phones, the comm pads, and then we put a piece of twine on it. And as we're driving around, a few 100 feet up, we've got a little drone following us, recording everything.
Right. Although one of the highlights was Illumination Boy revealing to Marquardt that he had a comm pad, and Marquardt immediately taking it away from him, because we're not supposed to have comm pads, because we're supposed to be limited to tech level 3.
It was more of like, why are you being issued comm pads? That was because there's limited supply, and especially since Illumination Boy had one. Like,
it's true.
That's double.
And
wrong.
I was streaming it.
Yeah.
Streaming it to Facebook Live. Everything
one
that was going on in the
subscriber.
meeting.
Right. His one subscriber is probably like Big Montana himself, and whoever has Big Montana's password.
No, actually, it we believe it's Zavir because it was a pity. It was a pity subscription.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like me in this channel.
There was out of the wreckage, Skrillex was trying to find parts. He was really intent on finding new parts, so much so that he ran away from the Sindum soldiers who commanded him to come out to see if he could just like go and stuff parts in his chest cavity.
You're like, what are you doing? No!
I need this VCR.
You'll never take it from me. Nothing's better than Betamax. Zavir did find a vial with some white powdery substance in it from the wreckage. I don't think they identified what it was yet, but
No.
we do have that. As far as events go, that was pretty much it.
So you guys finish up putting together this vehicle for. Presumably, you will leave the next day after some rest. It is always dusk here, so there's no sunrise, sunset. But you are probably tired. You've been up all day, unless I'm sure Dr. Henry's just probably going to go to the bar.
Safest place on the whole base.
So if there's anything you want to do as you go back to your prospective homes or alleyways or wherever you are staying before the next morning.
Just a line of bunks along an alleyway is where we all stay. That's the barracks here.
Xavier would try to take the vial and see if there's anything that she could ascertain about it. If she's not able to figure it out herself, she would probably go find Henry at the bar.
Are you going to the infirmary to see if they can ascertain what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'd see if I could talk with someone, or if this is something that I've encountered before, or at least heard of in my studies as a biopsionic. Or I think I would also be willing to. Well, no, that wouldn't really help here. So yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. They put it through the analyzer. It comes back as cocaine.
Like old-fashioned cocaine or space cocaine?
Well, this is a space campaign, so it's space cocaine.
What were they doing?
So like
space
tech
cocaine?
tech level 3 cocaine versus tech level 4 cocaine.
Right.
Cocaine.
It's all in the refinement process.
I wonder what they're doing with this illicit substance. Very naughty boys. Good thing they were killed. This would have killed them in a much worse way than my bullet through their brain.
Doesn't surprise me. Children in the sector probably traffic in this sort of thing all the time.
It's disappointing. They're wasting their lives fighting for a cause that will never win.
So you're in the infirmary. There was a couple of the people from the admin building there recovering from injuries, a couple burns. It's a light shift. There's only a couple of people working since it is late in the day.
I would, I guess before I go to bed, I would see if there's I would go and attempt to heal. If there's anyone that could use extra healing. I'd spend, assuming that I could judge whether or not they could take it. and it's not going to, overkill their system strain, I would go and provide healing.
Okay, and they are appreciative of that. But they will probably rest up for another 6 to 8 hours and then return to their respective duties. What's everybody else doing as you depart from the graveyard after the vehicle has been completed?
I don't know if there's like a shrine to Jagger Fells, but I would go someplace that I feel is suitably meaningful and offer my thanks to the glorious leader.
The Psychic Academy surely has some kind of room with a huge painting of Lord Fels. You can use know or notice.
Oh, use notice. 9.
So, yeah, you could go there, or there is a place near some of the buildings are that make, and where they store the ammunition and where they make stuff. There's a building site, and you have heard that it is going to be dedicated to Lord Fels. There's just they're in the begin process of it. You've seen a couple of the plans. It looks like it's going to be a giant pyramid.
Okay. I would still probably then go to the Psychic Academy where they have the picture.
There's one other person in there. It's a small room that's quietly paying homage to the dear leader.
And then I would go to bed, get ready for the mission tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, Illumination Boy would be doing that. He'd be equipping himself, making sure he's got all his stuff and enough antiperspirant to get through the day, because he's going to be wearing his suit and it's going to be stinky.
Personal hygiene is important.
It's mostly for everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Illumination Boy cannot smell under any circumstances.
It's my superpower.
Peter.
I've actually never considered what the bat suit must smell like after like a long day fighting crime.
Smells of justice.
Especially when you add in the fact that they probably can't even go to the bathroom.
Right. There has to be some sort of like bat catheter built into the suit.
That's like the worst part of putting it on. It's not the stacking up. It's the feeling of it going up here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but after a while,
I figure Iron Man has to have some sort of like antiperspirant system, but he also has to have like, you don't want the Iron Man suit shorting out every time you've got to take a piss.
Or you just keep fighting. You just keep so active that you just sweat it out, so you never have to go.
Yep.
Plus, like Jarvis is kind of in there with you.
Jarvis sees everything.
Right.
I am monitoring your current urine outtake. Let me examine it to make sure it is correct by recording this information here.
That's true. Maybe the Iron Man suit though is like more like an airplane. Like just flushes it out into like the air as you fly over the city.
Look, Mom, it's Iron Man. Peter.
What?
What can I find out about the location we're going to? Does it have flat land? Is it?
It's primarily flat. I know there was a discussion about the climate. There is a monsoon season here. It's basically dry or it rains a lot.
Okay. What is it today?
It is current. You are currently in the dry stage. Monsoon season is coming.
Okay. Do we know anything about local wildlife or anything on this planet?
Well, I think a couple of the characters are. One is they're hunting buddies. So there's some sort of vermin that, of course, occupy the camp. There's, of course, some sort of house sparrow because they are everywhere in the world. And now they're, they would be everywhere in every planet. various insects.
Nothing giant like a massive giant burrowing scorpion or something like that.
No,
or
nothing.
massive
No,
snake.
nothing.
Nothing
big like-
threatening.
No,
We know.
Not that
Okay.
we know of.
correct.
Yeah,
We are being charged to go out and discover what's out there.
Hmm.
Do we know of any Jawa infestations here? This is a serious concern here.
Yes,
Those guys destroy the vehicle.
Yeah, you are unaware of any Jawa infestation, though it does come up on a yearly safety meeting
Mhm.
about invasive species.
Okay, I just want to make sure we can park the car somewhere and not come back 2 hours later with it up on cinder blocks and no stereo system like Jawas do.
Okay.
Okay, if that's all, then I'm gonna head to bed.
Yeah, Skrillex is probably just going to be fine-tuning his mech.
Morning comes as Dr. Henry, you wake up, getting ready for your day. Your closet door opens,
Uh-oh.
and shirtless Dr. Miner steps out. Oh, Dr. Henry, how are you this morning?
Doctor, what are you doing inside of my closet
Oh.
again?
Just enjoying a quick drink, of course.
Oh,
Cheers.
all right. Well, let me join you then.
Where are you off to?
I haven't the faintest clue. We were told just to go out and see what's around us here.
Well, there's blasting nothing out there.
Well, that is the hope.
Well,
But then again, weird things are happening.
have you thought about putting balloons on a compad and just flying it over the city?
You know, that was my very suggestion. Unfortunately, lesser minds do tend to prevail at times.
I do. Well, they took pictures, if you could recall, from when General Marquardt flew in one time on a shuttlecraft.
Yes, do we have
about,
access to those?
Oh, of course you do. Sounds like a damn fool's mission.
Well, if nothing else, at least will get me out of here for a while and away from the good general.
No problem. I will cover for your one class you've been teaching.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hmm.
Well, do enjoy your time in there and don't get too wasted.
Of course not. And he closes the door to your closet.
He gets back in the closet.
Next time I'll leave rat traps around the closet.
Xavier, what's your morning routine? What are you doing?
So Xavier is living in the infirmary. She lives in like the bunk area where the other kind of medics live. This is still these living conditions are immensely better than what she's been used to. So she feels like she's living like a queen. So she gets up. She'll first she goes for a morning stroll. She checks out. She'll go and check out by habit any of the patients to make sure that no one died overnight, or that anyone's like accidentally in critical condition, or they were in critical condition but the machines weren't working correctly to display that. If there's a place where like a mess, she would head to that and get breakfast.
Okay, yeah. You're near the infirmary, so there's a small little area that they serve some food out of.
So that would be Xavier's routine generally.
Dr. Chandler is in there, who is your supervisor.
Good morning, Dr. Chandler.
Yes.
Did you sleep well? You've got the bags under your eyes.
Oh, well, there's a lot of injuries. The fires concerned me. I heard you spent some time healing some of the injured. I appreciate that.
Yes. I do what I can. These poor souls need someone just to look out for them. And if it's not me or Sindum, who's it going to be?
That's what I always say. But it's not Sindom, who else? I heard the general called you into his chambers.
Yes, he wants us to see what's around the city. I thought we would have known that by now, but apparently not, or perhaps things have changed. enough to send a small scouting force.
Hmm.
Presumably, he has chosen me for my talents as a healer, in case the illumination boy runs into any, or Kevin rather, runs into any troubles. That one is rather prone to injury, so you need somebody to make sure he doesn't run off a cliff or something.
Well, I've heard a rumor that the camp is going to get 500 extra personnel soon, so we're going to be strapped for room.
Are you suggesting that I might lose my cot?
Well, it was a loner in the first place, of course.
Where am I to sleep?
Well, we'll talk about that when you come back. I'm sure Sindum will provide something.
I hope. I hope they do. Don't make me sleep in the same room as Kevin. I love the boy, but please don't.
We wouldn't do that to you. Your shift will easily be covered. We have redundancy in your department, so.
I see. Well, hopefully that redundancy pays off well. As we take on 500 more people, and therefore 500 more lives to care for. Well then, thank you for delivering the bad news right before I was leaving. So I'll come back and be wondering whether or not I have a place to sleep.
Take your time. Yeah, he gets up and leaves.
Son of a bitch. First they take my home, now my cut.
New place is going to be the back alley with the rest of the drunks.
I picture, in contrast to Zavir, Ganner wakes up in this fairly spacious suite that he currently shares with no one, looks around dissatisfied because it's not as nice as what he would have expected back on Sindum. But nonetheless gets up, makes himself breakfast, and then begins to meditate before heading back over to the Psychic Academy, where he can continue to try to improve his telekinetic skills, still trying to lift 2 marbles into the air simultaneously, only able to ever move one at a time.
Drillix, are you headed to the loading docks? Or
Yep.
are you there's some bustling activity as their machines are working and they're repairing different items that have been brought in overnight. Carl comes up to you. Strelix, I heard you got an assignment. It's great.
Is it?
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm going to go out to see what's beyond the walls. I heard there's nothing, but,
Well, I used to do some of the pest control out over with Krieg, but, assignment's an assignment. You got to do what they tell you to do, right?
Yeah. Aren't you, I figured you would have fixed up something to fly over and just stick a compad to it or something.
Oh, believe me, that's definitely would have been the goal. I had the parts right in my hand, but they snatched it out. The brass doesn't like us getting our hands on some of those things for some reason. It really handicaps my engineering skills.
Yeah, it does. Well, you take care of yourself out there.
Oh, well, thank you. You take care of yourself in here.
Yeah, we'll cover your shift.
Appreciate it. Anything you need me to do in here before I head out?
No, we're pretty good. We got everything. If you find some interesting equipment out there, he looks around, make sure nobody's listening. You might bring it back here and we'll check it out.
Oh, that's the plan.
Praise Sindum.
Praise Sindum.
Yes. All right. He slaps you on the shoulder.
And then Skrillex walks away to where he needs to go.
All right, Illumination Boy.
Illumination Boy would make like a real montage out of getting ready in the morning, and he'd be like, with great power comes great responsibility, and he'd like be suiting himself up and making sure he's got his last resort packaged quite well in his suit, and all of his other weapons and equipment. And eventually he would just walk outside and start going towards the vehicle.
So as you guys are getting ready, Rainbow stops you.
Professor Rainbow. Oh, Principal Rainbow. Yes.
Kevin, how are you?
I'm not Kevin. I'm Illumination Boy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's right. Okay.
See, I'm wearing my suit.
Yes. You be safe out there.
I am always safe, Principal.
Can't believe they're making you go out there, Kevin.
Sorry,
Illumination Boy. Kevin,
right.
I'd be concerned about. Illumination Boy, you should be fine.
You should be concerned about the criminals that I'm going to arrest.
Okay. Yeah.
They might be in danger.
Didn't we talk
not
about
who I
the?
am underneath, but what I do that defines me. That was said by Batman, by the way.
Right.
You heard of Batman?
Didn't we talk about the whole live streaming thing, Kevin, one other time?
Yeah, that was one time. And I wasn't exactly in Severe's quarters, so...
Well, I think it's dangerous out there. Not for you, but for Kevin. You're obviously going to protect the rest of them. I just don't understand why they don't string some balloons together and put a comm pad on it and fly it up over, and we can just see what's out there.
Well, we wouldn't be able to see it ourselves.
Yes.
You know, cameras can hide things.
They can.
That's right.
Well, take your time. Make sure you do whatever the general says.
Yes, Principal. And I'd salute him.
Okay. He runs off to the academy. So as you all make your way to the vehicle, and so the vehicle has two, at least I envision, two seats in the front, and the middle seat faces back like this, and then there's a bench in the back, if that makes sense. I'll describe that. I do have the stats for it. It is above just a regular base vehicle, since you are fairly successful in your rolls and you used hustle points. Nothing has been damaged overnight. It does run on a battery reserve of power cells, and that lasts 18 hours.
Does it say hustling on the side?
Of course it does. Of course it says big hustling on the side.
All right.
So basically, we can travel for 8 hours, then 8 hours back.
So I like to think that, so there's the two front seats, the one seat facing back, and then the bench. I like to think on the very back of the vehicle, there's another seat facing back that we put Illumination Boy on.
I think it's just a toilet seat we took off and we set it there, and we got toilet paper next to it and an old newspaper.
It does have the stun bumper on it.
Nice.
That is the only weapon. If you consider that a weapon.
So just to make sure I have the visual clear, there's a bench in the back, and then is there like two benches on the side, kind of like one of those drop planes.
The APCs.
Yeah. Or is it like two bucket seats facing each other, then there's a bench in the back? Zavir is mostly interested because with this news of May probably not going to have a bed to sleep on, she needs to know if there's. She's now looking for a mobile home, or an alternate living arrangement.
Looks like that.
What are the arrows?
Where you're facing. So actually, this is the bench seat.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the bottom one is like the facing out the front of the that's the front of the vehicle.
No, this would be the front, and this is Illumination's boy's seat down here.
Oh, I see.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It would be like the seat where you can most quickly spring into action if need be.
Sure.
Yeah.
What we do is we drive and we pull the handbrake into a handbrake turn and just fling Illumination Boy out the back.
There's an eject button. Yes.
Yeah, I presume there's like some kind of like harness system for Ejection Boy in the back, so he's not just flung out.
Injection
Yeah,
boy.
but you wouldn't have to tell him.
We just fling him. Got handbrake turn it.
It was put in the harness system or put Big Hustlin' on the side. And,
Well,
Well,
we need Big Hustlin'.
exactly.
Sure, yeah.
How else are we gonna let the locals know Sindoom's here?
there are no locals on this planet. Didn't you hear them?
So as you make your way, fire up the vehicle, I guess how are you situated?
Who here has a pilot skill above
Wow.
0?
You have really outdone yourself, Skrillex. Look at this.
I have
This-
-1 to piloting skill.
I have a 0.
Yeah, same here. You can
I
I have
drive.
a -1.
Okay.
I've got to save my hustle points so that we can paint on the other side of the vehicle. Jagger Simpin. So Big Hustlin', Jagger Simpin.
So we're going to have the person driving the mech drive the car while driving the mech.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, obviously, why wouldn't you want as many factors between driver and control of the vehicle as possible?
Okay, so Skrillex is driving. Who's going to be navigating?
I can navigate. I have some idea what the land here is like.
Okay. All right. Then we got. We know where Illumination Boy is, and that's obvious. Where is the rest of you? Where is?
Xavier would probably be on the bench, just behind Illumination Boy in case, Rather, she still refuses to call him Illumination Boy.
Yeah.
He's always Kevin. Just behind Kevin, in case he does something stupid like jump off the back.
Okay. And then that leaves Krieg, who will be. Are you in the middle seat, facing the other way?
Yes, I suppose.
Yeah, Krieg's not dumb enough to come on this mission. He's tying a combat to a few balloons.
Well, no, I'd be on the seat facing backwards, just waiting for the day when Illumination Boy is flung off. I wouldn't want to miss that.
The one weapon on our entire craft is Illumination Boy.
So
Non-lethal weapon.
the vehicle moves out, and you drive past General Marquard's residence building, and he steps out and watches the vehicle goes by, and then you can see him stare down Illumination Boy through the window as you guys drive off. There is a big crowd actually of people out here. Some of the obviously the soldiers are out as they line like both sides of the road as they open the gate, but a lot of the local non-military personnel have kind of like come out and are kind of like stirring. There's a buzz about. Probably, you've picked up some murmurings about the camp getting twice as big or 3 times as big, and there's like no supplies, and something about they all heard it on some sort of streaming that happened, and there's some kind of mandatory turn-in of all your comm pads. But other than that, it's just Operation Normal here at the camp.
I like to think that as is driving away, Kevin was managed to.
Whoa, look at all these views.
Another compad, and he's streaming General Marquard as he drives in the distance.
Got a GoPro on the top of his head or some shit.
But I didn't get any new subscribers. What the hell?
Yeah, he's actually just got like a tube on the top of his helmet. They tell him it's a GoPro to make him wear the helmet.
My deeds must be known to all.
Vehicle exits the camp. These huge steel doors open, and you are now outside.
So we've been out here hunting before. I assume there must be an area we favor when we go hunting, so we don't really need to go there. We should head to someplace we've not been before.
Okay.
An area we favor when we go hunting. You mean the small tribal village?
Dr. Henry, give me a no roll.
I know the way.
The funny thing is, if it weren't for your character, Brendan, it would never have occurred to me as a player that maybe Marquardt has just sent us out here to thin the herd, like hoping we'll die.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Dr. Henry?
11.
From what you can remember about your study of this planet, is there are some canyons to the west.
Well, there are canyons to the west, so it's best if we don't go right off of there.
Well, what do you mean go right off there?
Canyons. It's easy to get lost or ambushed or any number of things there if there are people or other things we're not aware of.
Well, aren't we here to find the things that we're not aware of?
Yes, that is what I thought General Marquardt didn't tell me, but I believe my purpose here is to make sure Kevin doesn't hurt himself too much. Nor any of you, of course.
I'm just saying if we do go to the canyons, we should probably not drive into them. We should stay above them if possible for now. Until we get a better lay of the land.
It is reasonable. Have you heard of anything that lives in these canyons?
Not that I know of yet. But there might be things which we're unaware of. This planet is still very much unexplored.
All right, so which way am I going? I'm just kind of driving here.
Pick a direction, go there for 8 hours, then turn around and go back.
Well, what if we head to these canyons and just stay above or keep? I mean, if we haven't really traveled there, then it would make sense as to bring back a report of what is out there.
Funny thing about canyons, at least as far as I know, not really good to drive there.
Depends on how big these canyons are, right?
Unstable ground. Never know what you could find out there. You could drive by them, but if we're going to be actually exploring the canyons, we'll probably want to do that on foot or wait till we get one of those fancy drones.
I think we should drive by there then and stay outside of them. Then does anyone have any balloons with them? And a compad?
Fortunately, my compad was not taken.
You know, I'm not sure if the balloon idea with the compad is so good. You know, it's good in theory. It'll get it up in the air, but then, you know, unless you got a weather machine, it's kind of gone.
Well, that's why we keep the string tied around the compad as well.
How much string do you have?
Let me see exactly how much string I do have, because I do have quite a bit of string.
Did you get string issued to you?
I use it for my experiments.
You're a very smart man. I would never question your experiments or your methodologies.
I have 500 feet of string.
However, that does make me very curious as to why you have 500 feet of string.
Measuring things. Sometimes the surveyor's kit isn't always available.
It's very suspicious, of course, if Dr. Henry says feet, because everything in Sindum is meters.
Damn, my Americanness is discovered. Peter, I'd like to detonate the demo pack strapped to my chest. Curse you all!
How thick is the string?
It's normal twine string that you use for kite flying.
I was almost a little upset that you had so much string when the infirmary is running short and could have been used for good purposes of stitching together body parts. However, this string is much too uncomfortable. It would only indeed cause infections.
Yes. Oh, that's probably why the infirmary gave all of us that extra string they had. It wasn't good
You
for
know,
such-
if anybody brought a kite, we could probably string the compad and the kite behind us as we go.
Well, as a matter of fact, I did not.
What's a kite?
That might explain why we have a backward-facing seat.
Perhaps,
did-
perhaps we should have used our time to build a kite, rather than spray paint "Big Hustlin" on the side of the car.
Well, we
sure,
need a big hustling on the side, though, so...
I'm sure that'll come in very handy in the future, though. So maybe we do just drive by the canyons and just scouting.
I mean, the way the map is drawn, we leave the base headed west already, which is the direction of the canyon. So we're in the perfect direction right now.
Okay.
Unless Peter's map lies.
So you begin to head due west to the canyons. Give me a pilot roll there, Strelix.
9.
Okay. Carefully avoiding any potholes or ruts. It is a smooth drive in this vehicle, Big Hustlin'. You travel about 2 hours at a safe speed. And you come to the beginning of these like canyon areas, like huge depressions in the ground.
So we are at the top of the canyons.
Yeah, you're kind of like driving, and you can see as they drop down.
So is it a gradual kind of drop down, or is it a sheer?
Where you're at is pretty much sheer cliff.
Can we tell how many meters deep the canyons are, or at least the ones closest to us, or does it look like they kind of like funnel down, or?
They're probably like 70 meters down.
Oh.
What does this canyon look like? The composition of it, tracks or markings in it, anything of interest?
It goes down. It's fairly sheer, and it goes down. It looks like a place where during the monsoons it would, like the river would run through it.
Mhm.
If you are all looking down into the canyon, if you want to make a notice roll, you can.
I think it's safer for me to just keep my eyes on the road.
That's probably a good idea.
That's a 9 total.
Xavier got a 2. Noticed nothing.
I'm gonna be looking at the back.
Yeah, we got a 5. Although I suppose I would point out, checking inside the canyons is one of the few places where we couldn't easily have surveyed it from the air. So that might be where, if anything's hidden here at all, we're likely to find something.
What'd you get, Brendan?
I got a 9.
Okay. Yeah. All right. There's just rocks and debris at the bottom, as you would expect. Water. There's some, looks like green shrubbery down at the bottom. Something stands out amongst the various shades of brown.
I do not see any criminals down there.
Were we expecting criminals?
In Sindhu,
Well-
everyone's a criminal.
Well, why would they send me if it's not for criminals?
Slip of the tongue there, Henry. You mean in Children of the Sector?
Yes, of course, yes. Is the green shrubbery something common to this planet that we've seen before where we are, or is this a weird thing?
You've seen it before, just outside
Okay.
the base.
Okay. Look, everyone, something green. It must be cursed.
So are you continuing along the top, just kind of looking down into the canyon?
Well, we do have to find a not so sheer route down the side of the cliff face into the canyon.
Okay. Yes.
How far across the canyon?
It's about 70 down. It's about 30 across.
Jump it,
Oh,
jump it.
Yeah,
Build
we
a
can
ramp.
jump that.
Build a ramp.
Yeah. I have complete faith in Skrillex's piloting skills.
You all know I'm a conjuration wizard, and now we have a bridge. Surprise!
Right, so we can collapse the middle of the bridge so that we can then jump what's left.
Yeah.
This planet is so beautiful. It's dusty and brown, but it is warm, and it's like a hug. The wind is like a kiss on the skin. Unlike my home planet, the wind is like nails on the skin, biting and clawing relentlessly as the chill shreds through you. Here, it is not like that.
I miss from Sindum, you would have this, the wind would roll in and there'd be the bracing sting from the pollution on your eyes.
That sounds on par with my home planet, though in a different, uncomfortable way.
So as you're having this conversation, rolling along, I imagine very slowly in the vehicle, looking down at the canyon, talking about, reminiscing, you don't have to make a notice roll to see out of the mist and clouds comes a figure. It looks like being hurled through the air. It just breaks through the clouds and the fog and lands into the canyon and rolls, and there's a big, plume of dust. Another figure seems to run out behind a rock, and they begin fighting.
Do they look humanoid?
Yes.
What are they wearing?
Not really the time for that, Henry.
Something.
Skrillex, quick, run them over.
Wait, what?
Yes.
They're down in the canyon. I'm not gonna go down the canyon in this kind of vehicle.
We are going to have to kill them, though, if they see us.
Yes, we get to use the illumination bumper bar, and I hit the switch, and you hear bzzz.
Illumination boy? Those two people down there are criminals.
We must get them.
Yes, agreed.
Do they look like normal, like medium-sized humanoid?
Yeah, they look like, yeah.
Are we able to determine any sort of features on them, like clothing, style, or?
They look like they're wearing some sorts of shades of brown at this point.
So not very helpful.
So they both fell out of the sky, basically, and are fighting?
No, it looked like one was hurled through the sky, came out of the clouds and the mist, because there's a thick like fog ahead of you, and landed in this canyon and did a tumble, and some else ran out behind a rock, and they are fighting. That's what it looks like.
And we're on top of the canyon,
Mm-hmm. You're on top, and they're below you.
so they're like 70 meters down.
Correct.
Maybe it's just for the best that we move on.
Well, our orders were to make sure we weren't seen no matter what. Do we think they've
Yeah,
seen us?
just stop. We'll perch ourselves on the lip of the canyon, just snipe them until they're dead. They're only 70 meters away.
Non-lethally, of course.
Yes, non-lethal bullets.
Nah. Did Sindum supply you? Did they supply you non-lethal bullets?
All bullets are non-lethal if you're careful enough.
Don't aim for the head.
Well, if you kill them, it is okay. I could probably bring them back.
Oh, yes, you are a skilled doctor.
Well, I never got my medical degree, but I do know a thing or two about healing.
Skrillex very carefully pulls the car over and parks it. Well, if you guys want to stop and shoot at the dudes, we can do that.
Peter, out of curiosity, were we told not to bring back prisoners?
We were told to kill everyone who sees us.
Yeah, but they could be useful for information back at base where they can't talk to anyone else as well. But if he said specifically don't bring back prisoners, then just kill them. Be done.
Correct.
With it.
Well, it was the location of the camp. You know, nobody needs to know where the camp is.
Yeah.
Essentially, kill everybody.
So happy I'm playing a pacifistic campaign this one.
So as you park the vehicle, the dust begins to settle. One figure lays on the ground. You see another one. You see another just scamper over, and it vanishes as they hide behind a rock.
You said 70 meters. How far away from the canyon wall where we are?
On the other side?
Yeah, no, how far is this guy from where we are on the side of the canyon? Just horizontally, not vertically.
15 meters.
15 meters? And we can see where he hid?
No, he kind of goes out of sight. Like he runs towards where you guys are. So he's down here somewhere and you guys are up here.
Mm-hmm.
Can you draw it out?
Yeah.
Because I might have a solution to this problem.
You're going to strap a comm pad to some...
Just drop grenades.
500
I was
feet.
just going to
here we
drop
go.
some of my grenades.
Yeah, the grenades.
Guided by the data pack that is glued to them.
You don't even need to do it. Just need to look and go, yep, there it is. I'm incredibly lazy.
Role-playing professors perfectly.
Exactly. Nope.
So this is kind of like how it looks. Like you guys are up here, and down here is the person on the ground, and then these are the rocks. So when he runs this way, he kind of goes out of view. If that makes sense.
Can I look over the edge and see him down there, or not really?
Give me a notice roll.
Oh dear. I doubt I can with a 2.
Is that a critical failure?
No. It was a 1 and a 2.
You're about to die to a notice roll.
Exactly. Stepping up this game, people.
Oh shit. Oh, wait a second. I'm an expert. I can re-roll that. Let's do that instead. Now it's a critical.
Bye-bye.
I thought the expert was not re-roll. It was that you get to just make it a success.
No, that's the
That's
the warrior.
That's the scene one.
It's the warrior.
Oh.
Are you using any kind of like binoculars or anything?
No, I'm just looking. I'm falling over the edge. Bye, everyone.
Then it's the Homer Simpson scene where he falls down the canyon.
I'm just saying, I'm really new character. That's all. No. Yep. I'm just looking.
You accidentally hit like the. Where are you? Oh yeah. So as you're looking, so I guess you would be out of the vehicle, or are you still in the vehicle?
I'd be out.
No, I would have parked the vehicle far enough from the edge to not risk losing the vehicle to tumbling down a ravine.
Right,
Yeah,
but he would have to get out to look.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
So you look and you just kind of like slip, and some of the rocks give way, and catch yourself, and hope nobody notices.
Can I do a notice to see if I notice?
Yes, you can.
Will that be a post sneak roll or something?
I rolled an 8.
Yeah, you realize he got a little bit too close and caught a
And
loose
that's
rock.
why we're not driving down the canyon.
That's very true. Well, screw it. I'm going to take out 2 grenades and just drop them down there.
Okay.
Be pretty damn close no matter what.
Okay, there are two booms from the canyon, and it's a echo.
Sir, are you alive still?
Drop another one if he answers.
I hope there were concussion grenades.
Oh, he'll have a
Professor
concussion
Henry.
after those grenades.
Oh, that's good.
There's no response.
Well, I might have got him, I might not have. Either way, we should probably find some way to get down here and investigate them. See if they had any documents or anything on them.
I didn't know there were people on this planet other than us.
Neither did we. Learn something new every day.
I agree. We should find a way to get down.
Yes.
Does it look like the canyon, if we're looking at the floor, looking down, does it look like there's places kind of in this network that we can see where it looks like it's ascending?
Give me a survive roll.
Survive. I will
So
survive.
those children of the sector people said that we'd have troubles in the future, so these might be potential attackers.
7.
You spot a path that you could make your way down. It might have to take a little bit of time, but you could get down there.
Like walk down.
Walk down one at a time, yeah.
So Xavier actually does have a point in actually does have a point in survive. So it's
okay. Yeah.
So Xavier would say, if we wish to go down there, I see a path. We will not be able to. We have to leave the car here, but we should be able to walk single file into the canyon. Of course, does it look like this path will be exposed, as in exposed to the view of these individuals the entire way, or is this going to be concealed?
You probably wouldn't be concealed.
We will be exposed the entire way, though. So it is possible that they will see us coming.
Well, if they're alive and they see us coming, maybe they'll move so we know they're still alive and we can deal with them more effectively that way. Besides,
It's
staying
okay.
up here isn't winning us anything.
I will go first.
And I shall follow, just in case.
Oof.
I'll bring up the rear once everyone else is down, just in case we need someone at the car ready.
Do make sure the car is, you take the key from us. We don't want anyone driving off with the vehicle.
We should have remembered to get a boot from the armory.
Yeah, and make sure the headlights are off. We don't want like the last of our battery power to be wasted shining lights into the.
Oh yes, I gotta turn off the bumper bar. Beep.
So Strelix is staying in the vehicle. Illumination Boy is leading the way down with Xavier and who else?
I'm going down.
Right, I'll be behind Illumination Boy in case any shots come this way.
And Skrillex isn't going to be waiting in the car. He's going to be outside the car, just kind of watching as everybody goes down. And then once it's all clear, he might join. This just gives him a chance to assess the situation a little bit better.
Everybody, give me a notice roll as you are descending down into the canyon.
I fail.
9. It's not a crit fail on notice.
7.
5.
I will be expending effort to focus so that a crystal is sort of hovering in front of me, and I am essentially ready to fire blasts of telekinetic force.
Okay. What'd you get, Skrillex?
4.
So, Xavier, you as you're moving, and obviously some of the rocks are moving and sliding, you feel the ground kind of tremble a little bit, and a few more rocks kind of go past you.
Like they're coming down, like
yeah, as you're walking, it's there's broken rocks, and a few will go as everybody's moving, but then you can kind of feel the ground shake, and a few more rocks are falling, like more than your normal movement, like your guys' movement.
How far have we descended at this point?
Not very far. You're halfway down.
Guys, I think we may be in trouble. The ground is unstable. Let's hurry.
Don't worry yourself, Xavier. We'll be fine.
Kevin, do your run. Snip, snap.
Oh, sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Faster. We have to get off of this thing.
Yes, okay.
No, as you are descending.
So at that point, Ganner Krieg is behind Illumination Boy, and Xavier is somewhere in there as well. Be kind of mushing Kevin to move faster, and then as he moves fast, picking up the pace.
Okay.
Going as far as like a controlled sprint, if we can get that fast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You just hear somebody yell, "I'd slow your roll. I got it trapped."
You're muted, Kurt.
I don't know what language that was. We should ignore him and run.
Where did that come from?
It came from the area you threw the grenades.
And how far is that from us?
Are you asking if it's within grenade range?
Yes. How many meters?
You're probably like 40 meters away.
So. Well, I try to be diplomatic about these things, but...
Do not worry, we are coming to help.
Hand.
Yes, he spoke to you, that bastard.
Now the question is, do you think I should greet him warmly or not, everyone?
I think we should not throw any more grenades until we at least stop with them.
Oh, it's not a grenade, it's a demo pack this time.
I think we should perhaps cool our jets on the trying to explode them before talking. I mean, I know that is normally the Sindhu way, but
this is the way.
They may be innocents.
On this planet, someone innocent?
How would you know? Have you been outside the city walls?
Not
Or you just
willingly.
You ain't part of them mongrels, are you? I already took out one.
Who?
I assume we
not a
haven't stopped
mongrel.
running. So
There are
Yeah,
no mongrels. There are no mongrels over this way. Who are these curs you speak of?
Look on the ground. Look on the floor. The canyon. There's a mongrel.
I'll Xavier will kind of get her pistol ready and kind of peer over.
Yeah, so you begin to get close to the bottom of the canyon, and there's sort of rocks, and you can see a body now. That body laying on the ground.
What has this criminal done?
What do you want?
What do you want? Who are you?
Name is Spunk. What are you a bunch of cunts doing here?
We are merely having a look around.
We were sent on a mission.
What's your what's your mission?
To
To,
scout the
It's
It's
land.
none of your
Discover-
business.
This is our world. We are just trying to figure out who is trespassing upon it.
Trespass is bloody purgatory here. I'm looking to get out.
Purgatory. What do you mean?
Our friend Henry can help you with that.
How did you wind up here?
Berserker bastards sent me.
Don't the sucker bastards run Facebook?
You get some?
Who is this berserker bastard?
Is he a villain?
They're the tribe. The local tribe.
Hey, are you guys okay down there?
So far, so good. Well,
There's a local tribe? Where would they be? Our mission was to find people.
To seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
And then kill them.
Yes.
So as you're having this conversation, out behind a rock comes a scraggly, emaciated humanoid. Like his hair's fallen out. And he's kind of like in rags at this point. And he's got like a sharp piece of bone or something in his hand. Name's Spunk.
that is another dirty name. Are you this? Do they look like the same person?
Who? The one on the ground?
Yeah, the one that came up behind.
As you examine, the one on the ground looks like his clothes look in better shape. First off the bat, easy. So, Xavier, what are you wearing? Like, are you in some sort of vac suit? Are you in like outerwear?
Xavier is wearing
Yoga pants?
She is wearing her armored undersuit.
Okay.
It is black skin tight with silver kind of stripes down the side, tasteful stripes. None of those horizontal barbarian stripes. That's what mongrels wear.
Yoga pants, Uggs, and a Starbucks coffee.
Yeah. So yeah, skin tight, hair back into a ponytail.
You got a helmet on?
Yes. So maybe there'd be like a bun or something. But I'd imagine does the armored undersuit protect against the elements?
To as much as a normal suit would, so it doesn't actually. It's not an armored vac suit, so it's just basic clothing essentially.
Yeah, this environment doesn't necessarily need a vac suit though, right? Yeah. So yeah, she would be wearing that. And the air is breathable, although it's recommended not to.
Well, yeah, it's right. It's ideal circumstances you would have a mask to filter out the particulates.
Yeah, so I guess in that case, it probably wouldn't be a full, just because the environment wouldn't necessitate it. Probably wouldn't be like a full helmet. It might be kind of like something over the nose and mouth, which is hooked up to ventilation.
Okay.
So now this episode definitely has to be called "What Are You Wearing?"
So yeah, he as he steps out in rags, and you can see as he cautiously gets closer that his little whatever object, his sharp object, has got traces of some kind of probably blood on it, some kind of liquid. He spots you. Oh, what a fine lass! My days in purgatory are over.
Do not talk about my best friend like that. Do not look at her like that.
Best friend.
Look,
That's
with
probably
your
not
lustful
untrue.
eyes.
You saying I need to fight this one to get her? I'll do it. And he holds up his little pointed weapon at you.
Oh, that's
Well,
it.
I don't think anyone was saying you need to fight this one, but if you want to.
I think at this
We
point
will.
it's quite obvious he's a criminal.
No.
We will fight for your honor, Xavier. And I light my stun button sticks up.
Boys, there is no need to fight over me. I am not available for anyone.
I don't think
But
that's
I appreciate the compliment, Mr.
Spunk.
Yeah, Mr. Spunk. Mr. S. So, what? You say this is purgatory? How so? Are you dead?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm not dead yet.
But then this is not purgatory?
That's what they say. He points to the fog that is like 100 meters away that the guy came flying through.
How did this man come flying through this fog?
How did you live through the fall?
Barely made it. And as you look down, you see his leg is like crooked as the bone is like healed, all messed up.
Well, where did you come from? Did you come from the...
He came from the mist. And he points to the fog again.
Do people live in the mist?
These mongrels have some sort of settlement, camp.
No, they're just raiders. Just like them berserkers are raiders.
Do they have a ship?
No. Wheels of steel.
Wheels of steel. I wonder where they find such things here.
But I think if we could be pointed in their direction, we could take care of your mongrel problem.
I don't think anybody's come back from purgatory.
Oh, worst case, we're in that group, but I think we could take a few of them out before we go, and maybe take care of them completely.
I think I'm gonna like you cunts.
And we've just been brought off the air by YouTube.
We've reached our daily limit of cunt.
Oh, God. It's just keep on coming.
That's not very nice.
Oh, sounds like a street fighting gang we're going to be dealing with here. How many are there?
Yes, how big is this city?
Lots. Plenty.
And it's hidden in the fog constantly?
Yeah.
And is the fog made of smog? Or is it just normal fog?
Is this a scientific analysis?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out, yep.
So he kind of walks up he starts heading in the direction of the fog and the mist.
You will guide us.
Far as I'll go.
What weapon was he holding?
It looks like a piece of bone that he has filed down into a point.
Oh, okay.
Careful, everyone. He's a boner.
So, he has like a mangled leg, right?
Oh
You said-
yeah. It looked like probably a compound fracture when it happened.
Would I be able to heal, to provide some healing to kind of to do any sort of fixing to it, or would I not be able to make this better in that way? I don't know if this like biosonic healing is like healing and like 5th edition, where it's just like you're better, broken bones, no problem.
There is a biosonic ability that lets you heal broken bones and regrow a man's head if it's blown off and stuff like that. I think it's a
Okay.
level 2 ability.
No.
It is major organ restoration, level 2.
What can you do at level 1?
Level 1, I can
picked.
just heal. I can heal hit points.
Okay.
That's it. I don't know if a mangled leg or a compound fracture constitutes as major organ restoration, or if it's like that's like the next level.
Yeah, well, the way it's written is you can cure congenital birth defects and regrow missing limbs and organs, and even stabilize targets that have been dropped by heavy weapons, decapitated, or otherwise dramatically dismembered.
Decapitated.
Yes, you can regrow a head. It takes 24 hours. Yes.
Nice.
The other...
And you can get that at like level 3 as a
2.
character. 2.
2.
One more level, guys, and I can regrow heads.
Well, level 2 of the score, which is level 3 as a character.
Right.
Oh. Yeah.
2 more levels, and we can regrow heads.
Sweet.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's not... The problem is, I think, in the fact that it's healed in that incorrectly, so I think at that point it would count as almost like a birth defect then, in how this is written.
If you want to use biosonics, you can use it as a skill, and you would just like alleviate some of his pain, because you're sure he's probably in a lot of pain walking like that. So you could probably do something like that.
Okay. I will try to alleviate some of his pain, because he's also kind of hobbling.
Mm-hmm.
So if he can get us where we're going faster, all the better.
Is he leading us up the canyon again?
Yeah, he's trying to like direct you to the fog.
Right.
So it's
So then Skrillex would be like, "Hey, are you guys leaving?" And then Skrillex would then begin going down to join everybody.
We may need the car in the fog.
I don't think the car can get down this ramp very easily.
got a 6.
Okay. It's enough that. So what does this look like when you do this?
So he's got like this compound fracture, legs kind of all over the place. I imagine that either whether it's through his fall through the fog, or something kind of compounding it. I imagine there are some, even though it may be healed or healed incorrectly, there's still like bone spurs that have been kind of sticking out. So I'd imagine that this kind of release some of the pain of these, like maybe these bone spurs kind of jabbing into his muscles.
Okay. Is this something like, do you have to like touch his leg, or are you doing this from a distance?
It's touch. It's a touch based thing. So
give me a lead roll.
7.
Okay. He's all about you touching his leg. So that's much better.
Just a a little bit to take the edge off of the pain. Now you should be able to pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
So I imagine by this time Skrillex manages to get down.
Mm-hmm. You're down at the canyon. You see the scraggly man whose now got like a skip in his step, carrying some kind of weapon that looks like a bone that he has fashioned into like some sort of stabbing thing, and there's a body on the ground behind him.
Illumination Boy would brief you. Be like, so that's Spunk. And there's a
Yeah, we got
mongrel over
another
there.
mate here.
Oh, okay. So what are we doing with Spunk?
We're going into the fog with him.
So
He's
he
going
leads
to-
you all the way down to this canyon. As he begins to approach the fog, he stops. Can't go any further.
By the way, technically I could see through the fog with my polysonic sensors.
Okay.
Or what are they called? Polyspectral sensors. I can see up to 100 meters.
It's just more rock, and then it looks like it stops like 70 meters. It's like ends. Like this is the end of the plateau.
What do you mean this is it? Aren't you going to take us there?
Can't go any further.
Why not?
I'll be killed instantly.
By who? Or what?
He puts his hand like, the fog.
Bug can't kill you, silly.
If
See?
you,
And then I walk into it.
Okay.
See? I'm fine.
is he fine?
Yeah. I mean, that's with the fog, yes. I mean, other things he's probably not.
Oh, I stubbed my toe.
So
Kill you.
yeah, Spunk, you led us here for a reason. I imagine you just didn't lead us here to be like, oh, can't go any farther.
Yes, if you do not continue, I'll have to undo the help that I did.
That was going somewhere else. I thought for a second.
We'll have to punish you.
He does look kind of like very nervous, legitimately frightened of the fog.
Your fears are understandable, but you should be safe with us. You are not alone.
That has nothing to do about anything. I can't cross from one plane to another.
Plane.
Purgatory. That's the living world. And he points to the fog. You can't cross back. But you can.
Living world. What? This
All right, I'm
fog
starting to
is,
think this guy's not taking his meds.
this fog is a living world? You speak no sense.
Are you surprised? My accent's been all over the place.
Well,
Did you
cocaine
get-
is one hell of a drug.
So this fog is living world, and where we're standing now is this purgatory, is non-living world?
It's not right in the fog. It's through the fog. It's the barrier.
Has Xavier ever heard of purgatory? Like, is there like in part of psychic studies, was there like a history class or like a religious studies class that
Dante's Space Inferno.
You give me a no roll. I mean, see what you see, maybe.
The space Ferno.
Space!
No, not you recall.
Henry, do you know what this guy is talking about? He seems crazy. I have half a mind to just end his misery right here, right now.
Well, before we do anything too drastic, let's try an experiment. I'm going to grapple this guy, Spunk, and drag him into the fog.
All right, give me a grapple check, as we will do this correctly this time.
That'd be exert.
Yep.
9.
Oh, fuck me dead. As you grab him and start pulling him into the fog. He starts screaming and thrashing around, but he's got like no energy to do anything. So you're just dragging him into the fog?
Yep.
He's got his eyes closed. He's not opening his eyes.
And Skrullos is just sitting there saying, "Yep, this all seems right above board."
Completely legit. I'm so happy to be one of the good guys here today.
Grix, don't you have like you're like a robot man, right? You can see
Robot man. This is just a shell. I am like a living creature, just like you.
So you are this husk.
And then he'll open up his chest and reveal, "Yeah, haven't you heard of a mech?" And then it'll shut again.
Yes, I haven't really. We never had those on my planet. The only mechs we had were the ones that the corrupt policemen drove around and shot us. But not quite the same.
Okay. Well,
But,
yeah, I'm not a robot.
sorry, I did not mean to offend. I just knew that you have special powers and an affinity for gadgets.
Well, I mean, I have sensors that I can use through my mech, and I can see through this fog okay. It doesn't seem like there's anything, much past it. I mean, it goes about 70 meters, and then there's something in the way. But other than that, just empty fog.
Something in the way, like a wall?
Yeah, probably. These sensors, they're not as highly detailed or as advanced as I would like. I'm hoping to get that upgrade pretty soon. But, I need to earn a few credits and learn a couple more skills.
We shall let us continue then. I'll wait for the moment when the skin melts off of his bones.
Yeah, he's still thrashing around.
You see, Spunk, you're fine. You're just acting crazy.
Don't worry, Spunk. You are much stronger than you think you are. Trust me. And you know who said that? Superman did. You heard of Superman before?
Is he related to Ultramensch?
I don't think so. He's from Krypton.
In Sindhu, they taught us about the Ubermensch, but not Superman.
At this point, you hear like a whooshing noise, like, and you hear, ah! And another body goes flying through the fog and lands onto the ground in a big cloud of dust.
What's going on?
Does it land near us?
It lands about 30 meters from you. It staggers. The person gets up, stagger, and look around like, ugh.
What the hell? Who are you?
Who are you?
We asked you first.
How did you live such a big fall?
Are you in the fog?
I'd run out of the fog after I hear like the the calamity, like the smashing and crashing.
On
He
the
reaches,
fog.
he reaches down and grabs a rock. It's fight to survive.
Oh, please don't
He
do anything
takes his
incredibly
rock back.
stupid.
I urge you to put that down, criminal.
You can give me a talk roll.
Yeah.
You have 5 seconds to comply.
I got a
There you go.
5. Not bad.
You don't sound very convincing.
Oh, not that convincing.
But he goes to like throw it and just kind of passes out and drops the rock and lands back onto the ground. A big poof of smoke, of dust goes up. Spunk's like, "What was that? Another one of them? What was it? Was it another one of them showed up? Kill him quick! One of them mongrels."
Is he like wearing the same clothes or like similar clothes to Spunk? Like, do they?
You would guess as you look at him and look if you looked at the two, like Spunk's clothes are just torn apart, but they're similar, like leather kind of jackets and vests and like a patchwork type of thing.
Well,
Spunk, he looks identical to you. You just look like you've been stuck out here longer.
What do you?
Are you sure you're not one of the mongrel people?
No, I'm a cutter.
They just launched you out here and left you, and then you grew increasingly crazy.
I'm a damn cutter. That's a mongrel. He could have landed. Kill him like the last one.
Cutter.
what's the difference?
One's a worthless bogan bastard. The other is a respectable member of the tribe.
Which one is which?
So he's like struggling to try to, find out what happened. But he doesn't want to open his eyes in the fog because he may die.
Let us just bring him to the other side. Let's get this farce over with. Maybe bring you back to this land of the living that you so claim.
Okay. So you take him all the way 70 feet, so there's nothing else. You are now at the edge of the plateau. It is as you look down sort of through the fog, you can see the edge. Astrelix would see, like, you can see all the way down. You see what, 100 feet? 100 feet, 100 meters. You can see kind of through the fog, nothing. There's the hint that there's probably another plateau just over 100 meters away on the other side.
So, yeah, guys, the canyon just kind of goes on. Probably splits off at some point. More places to climb. But I honestly, I don't know what it is we're doing here. We're supposed to be out exploring and figuring things out, and it seems like we just found some random people, and we're not supposed to be leaving people able to talk about certain things.
Well, it seems like they keep coming through the fog. So that is a problem. We'll have to do something about that.
Well, I'm not seeing any people cannons.
But if there's another plateau ahead of us, then maybe the people cannon's on top.
It's true. But might be better to climb back up, get to the vehicle, and drive over.
Yes.
Along the top of the canyon. So we're not trying to jump whatever this is, plateau-wise.
Perhaps we should take one of these back as take one of these people back as prisoner. As
I don't think they're gonna like it if we bring back guests.
They don't have to be alive.
Living guests are always such a problem to deal with.
You gotta feed them. They expect their rights.
Yes, it's much better to kill your guests, kids. Trust me.
This is a solid ninth circle. Ninth circle crime.
I'm gonna drag him back out of the fog then.
Okay. Kind of squints. Breathes a sigh of relief.
You're out of the fog now. You can breathe easy, although you were breathing just fine in the fog, I noted. And I will let him go.
Okay.
And then form a telekinetic sword and stab it through his chest.
As he goes to run to go to stab whoever this guy is, and you kill him.
I don't know. I only rolled an 11 to hit.
Roll damage.
11 damage.
Yeah, he goes to to run, and you just see this thing pop right out of his chest, and he hits the ground.
Craig, what was that for?
He was reaching for something.
Oh,
Stop resisting!
I see. So he was a criminal after all.
Clearly he was.
Well, I'm gonna go think about this in the car, and I just walk in. I start to try to climb the mountain again, or the canyon. Sorry.
Okay, everybody, give me another notice roll.
Seven.
5.
9.
So all of you, except for Illumination Boy, feel the ground shake like an earthquake. Some more rocks fall.
I have a feeling it's best not to be standing here.
Just continue making my way up.
Yeah, got up and out.
I thought for sure that you were going to experience your first character death earlier.
I would like, oh my god, don't make me do a dex save. You avoid falling to my death. I do not have one stat that has a +1 anywhere on what I rolled. It's fantastic.
I think I only have one, and it's exert.
Well, I mean on my attributes themselves.
Oh.
Everything's +0 except for 2 -1s.
That's the expert life. I've got mostly -1s on everything. Minus like 4 things. Yeah.
Yeah, my attribute scores was a shitty roll, sadly.
It just means it's even more about the dice roll.
Yep. I have no confidence in my dice.
It's starting to shape up like Thursday. It's just murder everything.
It's a lot easier. And safer.
What this is, I mean, we are henchmen of Jagger Fels.
Oh, I know.
This guy had outlived his usefulness.
Right. I mean, it is not a critique.
It's a compliment.
At least you won't have to keep on doing the Hugh Jackman accent.
It was terrible. Thank you for killing him. You kind of saved me a lot there. Appreciate it.
I didn't think it was that noticeable.
Yeah. It was.
Well, we could always bring him back.
You could definitely tell it was an American trying to do an Australian accent.
I gotta work on it.
You can always haul the corpse around until Zavir is level 3.
It's true.
Dustin, give me a notice roll. You were gone. You weren't here for the rumbling.
9.
Okay, you hear the ground shake. Illumination Boy is headed back up. And Spunk was killed by Krieg.
Yep.
Krieg is also headed back up.
Okay.
So yeah, I would follow behind Illumination Boy.
Okay, so you guys are headed out of the canyon. Everybody give me an evasion save, please.
Oh boy.
Nope. I'm gonna hustle point that, actually. I don't trust this. It's an even worse nope. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it go. Let's see what happens.
I'm gonna hustle point because there's still plenty of sessions left to get the other decal. Damn it, that was not any better. So
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so as the ground begins to shake some more and rocks and stuff begin to fall, some kind of beast creature emerges out of the rock. And for those of you who failed your evasion save, you fall and take 4 points of damage.
Ow.
Damn.
Oh, fuck.
Two's all I need.
Okay.
That's like half everyone's hit points.
Yeah.
That's more than half of mine.
Did anybody pass?
I did.
Okay. Pass, you take no damage.
So what caused this?
There's some kind of creature emerging out of the rocks, out of the side of the canyon as you're ascending up. And that's when we roll initiative.
Of course.
Okay.
Got a 3.
4.
Oh my god.
I got a
what
2.
is this? I got a 2 as well.
I got a 1.
So Henry is the fast one at 4.
It doesn't bode well.
Oh, we'll be fine, I'm sure.
Henry gained all his speed in his research paper days.
Yep, I'm very quick with the pen. So I'm going to pull out my pen and then click it, and it suddenly becomes a lightsaber. And I wish.
Okay, Dr. Henry, you up first.
Where's the creature located?
The creature is about 20 meters away. You can see this long head, looks like a brontosaurus,
Mm-hmm.
kind of pushing its head out of the rocks.
Is anyone else next to the creature?
There's a dead body that's on the ground somewhere near the creature.
Okay, but none of us are closer than 20 meters from it?
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to toss a demo pack at it.
Yes, because of course, Dr. Henry walks around with grenades and demo packs because
that's what I blew all my money on.
Research.
The new Betty.
That's where all of his grant money went.
Yep. Okay. That's an evasion saving throw from the dude.
Henry, Dr. Richter blows things up for science.
Okay.
Okay, and that's 3D.
Dr. Henry's like, look at this fascinating and beautiful new species. Ammo pack.
17 points of damage.
And then Skrillex yells, "Don't make it mad!"
And then I'm within 20 meters, so I roll evasion save. Yeah, that's a pass, so I'm fine. Okay.
Oh boy.
Wait, we're all within 20 meters of that?
No, I'm within 20 meters.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay.
Everyone else is further away. And then I'm going to move 10 meters back.
All right. Okay. Krieg.
So I will move 10 meters forward towards the creature, probably passing Henry in the process.
As pieces of debris flies past you from this explosion.
And as I go, I focus my mind and say, Hado number 33, 4 shards! And I fire. A little, almost like a crystal begins to form in the air as it spins, which then shatters and flies out at the creature. And 23 to hit.
That's very much a hit.
Takes 12 damage.
Kurt, is Creed kind of like one of those anime characters that says the move they're using when they move to do it?
Hell yeah.
Sometimes.
Hope so.
Illumination Boy approves this.
So, Skrillex or Illumination Boy?
Skrillex, you go.
All right. Skrillex is like, yeah, no, I'm out, and starts running as fast as he can out towards the vehicle. So he'll take a double move to do that.
Okay, give me an exert roll.
5.
Okay. I mean, it's hard moving with all these rocks and it's slippery, but you are moving up the side of the canyon.
Okay.
Illumination Boy.
Illumination Boy nods to Kree. He's like, "That was very well done. Now my turn." And he yells, "LED activate!" And then he's like, battens light up, and I'm gonna use my the light within ability, and I'm gonna fire a beam of light at this creature. And I've got to add my dex. Oh, plus glow. And I rolled a 9 to hit.
No.
Alright, so this beam of light just sort of like streaks, and you see like this small laser burn sort of just go up the side of the mountain. He's like, and then I'm like, damn it.
What is your glow bonus? Where does that come from?
Page 200 and something.
That's an actual thing.
Yeah.
It's the power within. Your inner glow.
All right, so the creature moans in pain, you would assume pain, as it's been struck and just missed the light beam. And it's half of its body is like out of this hole that was conveniently made bigger by some sort of explosion that happened earlier. And kind of just, you can see it move and it hits the rock and it would be Dr. Henry, Krieg, Illumination Boy, and Saphir get to make another evasion save as it smashes some more rocks as they begin to roll.
Nope.
Okay, I didn't hear Skrillex. I don't have Skrillex.
You're correct. You're above them now.
Excellent.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Fail.
If you fail, you take 1 damage. I rolled 1.
Oh boy. Thank
Oof.
fuck.
I'm down.
So generous.
What?
Oh, no.
Yep.
We only have like 8, 9 hit points.
I have 7.
He's
yeah.
taken 5.
I got 6.
I have 5.
Yep. That's a thing.
All right. So Dr. Henry is struck by a rock and collapses to the ground.
Not even a big one. It's just a little pebble about the size of a golf ball that hits him on the head and he falls over and dies.
Give me a D20 roll.
Oh, don't make me do this, Peter. Please.
You're good at this.
2.
2. Okay, so you rolled a 2 on your con. No, it's not a con save. Damn it. Really? I put con save down here. It should have been a physical save. So you rolled a 2 on your physical save?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that more than 10 that you failed it by?
For my physical save is 15.
Oh yeah, so it's definitely more than 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Henry's down.
Like, permanently down?
Currently, no. Saphir, you're up.
But long term, probably yes.
I'll be fine.
We only have 1 hustle point, right?
Correct.
Damn. Zavira's going to she'll place her hand on herself and kind of concentrate and heal herself.
Physician, heal thyself.
Physician, please survive until level 3.
Gotta regrow some heads. She gets 5 hit points back, so she's back to full health, and takes 1 system strain.
Okay.
At least I think. Yeah, I'll take a system strain. And then I'm going to run up to Krieg and attempt to start dragging him out of harm's way.
Me?
Not Krieg.
You resist.
Henry.
It's
Sorry.
too dangerous. Look what happened to Dr. Henry.
Right.
Don't die, Krieg! Don't die!
I meant Henry. Sorry.
Oh no, drag Krieg out. You can save him at least.
It's too perilous. I want to face the peril.
So I'll pick up his arms and start trying to push him, pull him up the way, and I'll say, Kevin, put your glow stick down and help me bring him back up the mountain.
I will best this creature on my own then. And I continue pointing my stun battens at this creature.
God damn it, boy. This is real dangerous. Skrillex, anyone, someone.
All right, we are back to the top of the lineup. Dr. Henry, you are close to assuming room temperature. And we go to Krieg.
I was going to use a bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark, but okay, fine, skip my turn.
So he's unconscious. It doesn't say that with telekinetic manipulation that I can affect a living creature. Or at least it's a little unclear to me from the way they word it. Okay. But I can lift objects essentially as if I'm using both hands.
Okay.
Up to 200 kilograms. So that as my action, I will focus and begin to lift up the body of Dr. Henry and help Xavier get him up the hill as far as I can.
His body's not even cold yet, and they're already calling it the body of.
So how big a boy are you there, Dr. Henry?
460 pounds.
But I have Xavier helping me, so...
No.
Yeah, let's get advantage on it.
189.
I can do 440 as long as she can take the other 20.
You can pick him up.
You can get me.
He's on that liquid diet there at the officers club. So
right. Perhaps if you hack off the legs.
I can get them back by the time you hit level 3. You'll be
or that giant head. We can grow it back later.
just kind of wait 2 levels.
All right, so you're levitating Henry away from.
Right. But otherwise, I'm standing, I assume, between the creature and everyone else. Because I moved forward last round.
Okay.
I think you can levitate me 10 meters a turn, if I recall. Does anyone have those numbers?
Zephyr, I should have done this. Give me a heal check.
9.
You are
objects move 20 meters around.
Okay.
You know that Dr. Henry is in serious condition, and that you will have to do some sort of medical triage, or he is going to be dead.
Dr. Henry. Just wait a little bit longer.
Not a problem.
Sterling, are you headed back still up to the vehicle?
Although, by the way, since I know Xavier can only move like 10 meters around, I won't actually move him the whole 20. Keep him out of reach.
Yeah, keep him. Almost.
You almost got him. that time.
Are you ready to run it up to the vehicle?
So when I'm at the top of the ravine, and I know that I'm safe from the creature, I'll kneel down and I'll arm my shoulder rifle and begin laying down a suppressive fire.
Okay. Illumination boy.
Oh wait, I'm firing my weapon.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, he's-
sorry.
yeah,
My
it's
bad.
aggressive.
My bad.
Yeah.
He's just really racist against non-human characters.
All right, so my attack roll is 15.
Yes. That is
All right, it's 12 damage
Okay.
to the monster.
It moans out in pain. So, Illumination Boy, you see a fire, gunfire coming from up top the canyon.
So Illumination Boy yells out, "You will not best us!" And then he points his laser sticks again at the creature, casting
Mhm.
another one of his glow abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And a 9 to hit.
Wow, you're tearing it up.
Yep.
The canyon suffers some more damage as you strike it once again.
Damn it!
It's all this fog. It's all the fog, right? You got some dust in your eye.
I can't see. That's right.
Mother,
And
why do they hurt you? And then he goes looking at you after you shot his mom.
Yeah, it didn't occur to me till last round, but if you've never seen The Last Dragon, there may actually be some similarities between your character and character from The Last Dragon.
Never seen it. I looked up the song. It sounds pretty cool.
Barry Gordy, like the guy from Motown, made it. It is a somewhat campy movie, but I recall it being really enjoyable. It's been like 20 years since I've seen it though.
1985. Yeah. It's a classic. Well, that's my turn.
All right.
You wouldn't be missing if you just hacked the target with your bonus action instead of just kept trying to use your glow stick.
Could do that, but that's that like the free action thingy, isn't it? I remember no. Oh, I can't remember what action it is.
I don't think you're playing a warlock in this game with the hex spell available to you.
Gotcha. I remember you were able to do like the snapshots before an attack.
Yes.
Was that a thing? Yeah.
You do a snapshot as opposed to a normal attack, and you can do it anytime during anyone's turn, but you get a -4 to hit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't
And
think
then
I
you
need
can't
a
attack on your
-4.
turn.
I can't hit with a +2, so.
Okay, so we got. So the creature kind of turns as it's like you can see it completely out of the rock, and the canyon now it looks like a brontosaurus, long head with like a spiny-tailed lizard, and it kind of maneuvers around, and it appears to like start to move back into the hole that it came out of, and then swipes its tail at.
Oh, everyone dying.
Yeah. Big fat tail incoming.
Let's see. We got Krieg. We got Illumination Boy. We got Dr. Henry. No, Dr. Henry's levitate. Got Zephyr, and we got Random Dead Body. I did roll a 3. Zephyr. It rolls an attack, and it will hit. I think 17 plus whatever.
Yeah, that hits. Can't wait till I get more levels of precog, because then you can like just see the attacks coming, and you can dodge them. It's like I would have seen that he has a tail.
He swipes out and strikes you square. You take 8 damage.
Xavier is down.
Okay.
So FYI, the tail whip of a brontosaurus could probably cut a man in half.
Well, it's not a brontosaurus.
God, such a species. It's always assuming it's a brontosaurus. Why don't you, huh?
Space brontosaurus is like a kind of dwarf brontosaurus.
Yeah, it's different. Give me a D20 roll. A physical save.
Oh, physical save.
Mm-hmm.
9.
Okay.
So.
All right. So you see Zephyr get whaled by this tail, go flying in the air.
Imagine she would like get hit and then hit the wall, the rock wall, and then kind of fall forward.
So happy I'm being levitated so I didn't get dropped.
No.
My best friend, you bastard.
So as
You
the
kids
creature
are being
moves back
bad.
in the rocks,
So when you say it moves back in the rocks, does it look like it's retreating?
yes, it like turned and swiped and is moving back. Whoever is conscious, other than Strelix, it would be Krieg and Illumination Boy. Give me a mental save.
Fail.
Fail.
Okay.
Everyone's gonna die.
You are racked with like these voices, this kind of horrible wailing, moaning, like banshee type of thing. It seems to be coming from the caves. These where the rocks have fallen in the canyon have opened up these like cavern areas, and you notice that the dead bodies that you have killed suddenly begin to rise. They start coming to life.
Well, only the ones we've killed, so only Spunk?
Yeah, the other two, no, the other body that was killed, that Spunk killed, like sits up. Your companions do not rise because they are technically not dead at this point.
Give me one round and I will be according to your rules.
So is it more than just Spunk and the one guy he killed?
No, there's just two.
Okay.
I knew we shouldn't have come down this ravine.
It's Dr. Henry. Krieg.
Well, since the Brontosaurus is retreating anyway, I'm not going to bother with him. I'm going to go, I guess, pick up Zavir and start moving up and out of the ravine. And then as my main action, I will continue to levitate Henry up and out of the ravine. This time I'll move the whole 20 meters, though, because I'm not going to be healing him this round.
Okay, so you can get him, we'll say you can get him right to the lip of the canyon.
Oh, I would leave him there.
Okay.
Legs dangling off the edge.
And he slides back down.
What's the save for sliding? Fail!
So you grab, okay, so Skrillex, Henry's lifeless body has been plopped down right there on the canyon, right at the top where you are.
I still have a demo pack!
Do I see the bodies rising as well?
Yep.
Okay. And the Brontosaurus thing is not coming out anymore?
No, it looks like its tail is out. It looks like it's headed back into some cave.
Okay. But is it still exposed at all to hit?
It is.
They're also the zombies.
Kill it. Kill it with anger. It is the necromancer.
Because if I'm able to shoot that, I'm probably going to shoot that because that thing can bring the whole canyon down potentially. Even while, people are trying to crawl out.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to shoot at that. And then, because those guys, they still have to get up and everything. So we have at least a turn, right? Right?
I think 2 turns for them to get up, assuming they make the exert rolls.
Yeah, give me a notice roll first. Let's go with that. And then you can.
I already rolled my. Okay.
I'll let you have it.
Okay. Notice. My notice is a 5.
Okay. Proceed.
So I rolled a 20.
Okay.
And 13 damage.
What are you attacking?
The whatever is exposed of the monster.
Okay.
The giant thing.
How does it die? Does it go into death throes and bring the whole canyon down?
So as it turns and tries to head into the canyon, its back is still fairly exposed, and I managed to get 3 rounds right dead center of each other in a way that severed its spine, causing its back legs to collapse, and also leading to enough shock and blood loss to cause it to die, because an animal that big just suddenly falling probably doesn't do well on the rib cage.
Okay, so it collapses. Illumination Boy.
I would see Craig helping Xavier up, and I would Naruto run up to him to help him out. Up the canyon or whatever.
Okay.
I'm coming to help, Craig.
How can you help lift somebody if you're Naruto running?
Ed, asshole.
When I get there, I'll help. I'll stop Naruto running.
Can you?
You're right, I can't.
Naruto running has no brakes.
My only weakness, walking.
Illumination Boy is not very bright. I'm going straight to hell for that one. I'll see myself out. Just drop me down the cliff, Peter. We know how I die anyway.
Creature's dead. The 2 dead life forms that are now risen are just sort of wandering around at the base of this canyon, stumbling around. All of you finally retreat to the top where Strelix is.
Skrillex, do you have a Lazarus patch? Or
What's
any
that?
ability? I guess not then.
So
I guess I will look over Xavier and try to make a heal check, but I'm completely untrained. Yeah. So I don't even know if that makes sense.
Can I help? I'm unskilled as well.
Find where she has a broken rib and move it around to try to click it back into position.
I like the way it bounces up and down on her lungs as she breathes.
Okay.
Maybe I can hack his wounds away?
I'd like to make a melee attack against his wounds. If I can defeat the wounds, I can save the person.
I made it with intelligence and only got a 6.
Only someone would look at Henry's lifeless corpse and see what is on his body in the form of 3 Lazarus patches.
What?
So you go to do the heal check, you realize that you're going to need to do more extensive medical than...
Then I will start searching her equipment for Lazarus patches because she's our healer.
You don't find any. Because they're tech level 4.
Maybe only someone had thought to bring some. Then dead last, I would probably search Henry's stuff.
Yeah.
The cocaine.
Right. Expecting to find just scientist stuff, like a slide rule and pocket protector.
You find 500 feet of twine. You find 2 demo packs, 3 fragmentation grenades, 3 Lazarus patches, 60 rounds of ammunition, and a semi-automatic handgun.
Okay. So who has used hustle points?
I've used mine.
So we have 3 that have not used them.
Right.
Okay.
Ganner, it sounds like Krieg is looting Henry's body.
Right. Although I was looking for Lazarus patches. I probably twine, no, throw it into the chasm. Bullets, no, throw it into the chasm.
Compound.
Lazarus patches, no, throw it into the... Oh, wait!
Etc. Catches!
All right. There are 3 Lazarus patches and 2 down comrades.
I think I'm pretty much gone. It's been more than 6 rounds, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, with due respect to Henry, I would probably try it on Severe first anyway, because
Yeah.
I've known her longer and she's the healer.
It's probably been more than 6 rounds, so I'm just dead at this point, if I'm honest here.
No.
Because it had been 4 rounds by the time they finish off the beast, and then 5 and 6.
No, 3 rounds. Because on my first turn, I ran. Second turn, I did some burst fire. And third turn, my second burst fire was what killed it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so 3 rounds. So it would be, yeah, how long did it take them to get up the hill then and everything else?
Well, I'm one of the last. So Krieg would have gotten you up right before I killed the thing.
All right.
Yeah.
So with my
Well, you
hustle
climbed to the
point,
top first of the hilltop and then shot down.
Well, I use a double move.
So basically, Zephyr had 4 rounds, so she has got 2 left. And Dr. Henry has passed his 2 rounds. But you all have hustle points, and I would let you...
yeah.
I mean, it's up to you.
I'm using my hustle point for Professor Henry, and I say, Zavir taught me something. Maybe this will help. And I do mouth to mouth. See if that works.
while glowing into Henry's mouth.
Yeah, I am glowing brightly. 20 feet bright light, or 20 meters, sorry, of bright light.
I don't even know what the heal check for that is.
I don't know, but it's awesome.
And that's what I'm going to use my hustle point for.
Okay.
Make out with Henry.
Yeah, the mouth to mouth, bring him back to life.
Necrophilia make out here.
I'm going to use my hustle point to get to first base.
The only time he's got.
Oh yeah.
Well,
What
let me read what it says here real fast. So to bring someone up from who's been down, it's a 10 plus the number of rounds since they went down.
Mm-hmm.
Is that with is that?
With a Lazarus patch, it's 6 plus the number of rounds since they
Okay,
gone
so
down.
you're using a hustle point. It
Mhm.
should be more. I'm going to give you a straight 6.
A 6. I got to do a 6.
You got to do a 6 to do it.
6 in the heal check. I believe you.
So this is the D6s, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Here we go.
2d6s.
I'm going to use my wisdom.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I got a 5.
It's as though the gods have come down and smited me.
Oh, no.
All right. We have.
You gave too much tongue. That's your problem, Illumination.
Not
With
enough.
too much tongue.
Oh no!
No.
All that glow caused Henry's head to just burst. And
No.
it was like a blood balloon. Now it's all in Illumination Boy's mouth.
Krieg. I think he's dead, Krieg.
All right.
Help.
So we have 2
So
down, and 2
I'm doing the
characters left
same
with hustle
thing
points.
with. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing, but with Severe.
Wow. This is okay. That's
I will also use a hustle point.
I thought you were going
Get
to say
to
your
first
tongue,
base.
but
Let's see what my heal check is. My heal check is a 7.
yes, Severe is stabilized. All
And
right,
then I will go.
Strelix.
Then I would go back to turn around to see light shatter the head of Dr. Henry.
No. Krieg, help.
Strelix, it's up to you.
Wait, with what? I thought Rick Henry's dead.
You've got a hustle point, right?
He's gonna save that for. He's gonna save that for.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
okay.
I'm pretty hurt. I don't know what else is gonna happen in this game.
You do you, man. You do you. I like the idea of his head exploding inside of Illumination Boy's
It's
mouth.
like, wait, check his pulse. He doesn't have a head.
Well, you can regrow it.
Right, in 2 levels.
2 levels, the beer can drink him. Until then, I'll just be walking around without a head.
Right, and that's like Men in Black. You shoot the head off, and then Severe grows one back.
We just gotta refrigerate your body in a deep freeze it somewhere, and then until we can get back to do it.
That's what you need to use the hustle point on, to put a mini fridge in the back of the car so we can deep freeze my body. There we go.
I mean, that's actually within Skrillex's wheelhouse.
I mean, if you want to do that.
Don't think it'll make a difference, but you can.
Yeah, I'll just get some of those rocks to create some kind of thermal barrier, and then reroute some of the coolants in the car into there, and then we'll just kind of keep Henry's body in that.
No idea why.
And hope that the car doesn't overheat as we drive back.
Discover that built into the floor of the car there is a fridge. You start just pulling out all of our emergency beer to make room.
Fine, it's bean beer anyway. We're not losing anything valuable.
Okay. Henry's body is safely stowed in the renew refrigeration compartment in the vehicle. Zephyr is stabilized. And everyone is left with that awkward makeout scene. Illumination board.
Professor Henry will be okay, right?
Then you hear scratching on the back of the fridge. I'm okay! Open up! Someone, please! Let me out!
Don't let him out. Those bodies, Rose. We don't know what's happening in there.
That's how I actually die, inside of the freezer.
It's actually the coolant that does you in. It's not.
Yep.
It's not. Yeah.
Face right next to the coolant.
So we're going back, right? We need to get
going back. We've done enough exploring for one day and lost 2 of our companions, if only temporarily with respect to one.
So Skrillex gets into the car, the driver's seat.
I will lay Severe down on the bench.
And I'll be patting the fridge in the back while sitting in my seat. It's like, you'll be okay, Professor Henry. You'll be okay.
You just watch blood slowly curling out the side of the fridge.
And then Skrillex is gonna like floor it back to base.
Good. Give me a drive auto roll. Pilot. That's a different system.
You just rename it.
He's just been drinking again.
Yeah, it's Cthulhu is drive auto.
Yeah.
6.
Okay. It's not bad. You hit a couple potholes. But you guys race back towards the camp. It takes a minute or 2 for them to open the gates, as they are rather surprised that you've returned so soon.
Close the gates. You had 18 hours of battery, and you're going to use all 18 hours of that battery. Get back out there.
All right, you begin to enter the camp.
Head for the medical wing.
Yeah.
All right, so you head to the infirmary.
I can't carry the fridge, Skrillex. Help!
The fridge is gone. It fell off somewhere during the driving.
Yeah, so Skrillex will do his best to help carry in Richter's body and Xavier.
Okay. So there's a rush. As soon as they see Xavier, they rush to give her medical attention and take her back and do triage.
They just leave Henry out to dry.
There's an
The cook
emergency.
takes the fridge.
Right. I mean, I don't know what, they might take Henry and decide to throw the body in the incinerator. I don't imagine
So, well, we
they
have to think
just.
about here. We don't have a lot of food coming in, and people do die.
That's
Well,
true.
we
They
can tell
say
them where that brontosaurus
they
is.
call it right. They call it the incinerator, but it's also the barbecue.
It's in the back of the mess hall.
Oh no, this one tastes kind of glowy, whatever we're eating here. It's almost as though a bunch of light went right into it and then it just exploded. I don't know why. It's weird.
It adds that minty flavor that you wouldn't expect, but isn't bad.
Yeah. I'm happy we got sirloin finally, though. It's very good.
And I would say, at least to Skrillex, that we're, going to have to report the strange, I guess, burrowing brontosaurus that lives in this.
Yeah, I mean that could probably help feed this place too if it's not a creature that it's not toxic with its flesh.
Right. And we can go back and try to collect some of the meat if those mongrel folk creatures don't get to it first.
Who cares about food? Professor Henry's dying.
Professor Henry is food.
Henry is dead. Maybe he can be brought back, but for the moment, he has ceased to be.
And in superhero fashion, Illumination Boy looks at the air and goes, "No!"
But I assume we were supposed to. I guess I didn't think to ask, but once we're done every day's exploration, are we supposed to go and report back to who was it?
General Marquardt.
Yeah. Or does he have an aide we're supposed to report to, or what?
Yeah, he does.
Is that the principal?
You open the door to the aide and go, "Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys." He tossed Dr. Henry's body there.
I mean, I'm a little concerned that given our certainly adequate but not stellar piloting skills, about how easy it's going to be to find that particular crag in the ravine where the brontosaurus body is.
Yeah, we were driving for a couple hours. So.
And I don't know how well we were mapping.
Well, I assume that Illumination Boy was live streaming the whole time.
That's true.
But I think Henry was the one mapping where we're going and stuff, wasn't he?
Well,
Yeah, he was.
Navigator.
Skrillex also has built-in data slab, and he has that the polyspectral sensors. So I figure there's probably some kind of computer storage with that, at least to some degree.
That's good. So I would go to report to whomever we're supposed to report to that we encountered a giant monster, took down it. I would probably just say it killed Richter and not go into much greater depth than that for purposes of the report. That Zavir was severely injured. We killed the creature, though, so its body and all of its meat are laying in that ravine.
Yep.
I would also report the strange rising of the dead that also seemed to happen.
Okay. So yeah, you and Skrillex go make that report, as you probably are wise enough not to bring Illumination Boy with you. Illumination Boy, as you are.
Yeah. Illumination Boy, I would specifically tell him that maybe he can focus his powers in such a way as to restore life to Henry Richter. You should really try that. And then go to make the report.
I did everything I can, Krieg.
So Illumination Boy, as you are in the infirmary medical area, Dr. Chandler comes out and is like, "I heard about Zafir. What's in the container there?"
That's Professor Henry. He died. Look, and I open the fridge, and there's his corpse. That's him there.
Crushed and compacted in to fit the space between what beer we salvaged.
So he looks down, missing his head, and he's like, not again. And he turns around and walks back. You hear a couple doors open, and he comes walking out, and he's carrying something like that's all frosted over, and he starts taking some of the condensation, whatever, out, and you can see it's a head, and it looks like Dr. Henry.
What?
And he's like, go ahead, bring it back.
How do you do? What do you got his head in that jar for?
And then they hold up the Men in Black thing to blank out Illumination Boy's memory, because this is not the first time he's done this.
This is a good place to stop, probably.
Level 2.
It's the only way we gain levels is character death. One must die so the others grow stronger.
So you can siphon the power.
Exactly, it's the Highlander shit going on here.
So, Josh, if you want to bring back Dr. Henry, you can.
Okay. That was funny.
Is it Dr. Henry or Professor Henry? I'm just gonna call you Dr. Professor Henry from now on.
Technically, he is a professor with a doctorate.
Gotcha.
So it's Mr. to you.
Mr. Richter, got it.
Oh
boy.
Those AoE damage things are nasty.
Just having to do a save of like 15 or plus is just rough.
Yeah. The saving throws are really nasty in this game at early levels.
Yeah, and it was 1d4 damage in the first one. I rolled a 4, so that didn't help. And then the second one was a 1. And then the one on Zephyr was a d8, and I rolled a 6 plus 2, so it was 8.
Yeah, it was like, well, I'm like, if I take another 5 points of damage, I could handle that. Like, instant kill.
Yeah.
But I was like, Zephyr, he could have revived Henry or given herself. She could have revived Henry or given herself the full heal. It's like, well, maybe we could just heal myself. If we can make it to the top, then it'll still be enough time to revive Henry. You know, not counting a giant tail swipe into the wall.
Yeah, that was kind of. I'm just happy the creature didn't hit us and make us do more saves. That would have been even worse.
Yeah.
Well, it was taking damage, and I did roll to see if it was going to stay or fight, and it decided to do a tactical retreat and swipe one time, as opposed to try to attack, which it would have 2 attacks. So.
Oh boy. With a D8 to hit, like with a D8 damage as well. That's just.
Well, the other one was a
one
D6.
attack.
That was a headbutt.
Yep.
And then I did roll to see who it would pick, since it was 4 of you, and it could have picked the dead body, but it did not.
Took out bloody medic.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, here we go.
Yep.
I do find it ironic that Josh, your character, ended up in a freezer early in this campaign, as well as the last one.
It all comes around. Everything. It's the big circle of life.
Yeah.
And like it's the circle of death.
Did your character die in the second session last time?
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did. Right, we're being consistent here.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
I thought I was expecting more grief over Illumination Boy's future love interest having gone down.
Well, you seem to have that under control, so I was like, I don't really want to take that from you. So
They both use the hustle points as an excuse to make out with another player character. I mean, come on. Illumination Boy tried so hard and he got so far, but in the end it didn't even matter. I died anyway.
Well, you had, the problem is that you had 2 rounds, and it's kind of hard to describe in that sense that Zafir would have been the one that would have known, but then she went down.
Yeah.
And then it was like, you should have been dead, but I was like, I'll give him one chance. That's fair enough. You got to use a hustle point, a 6. Now, granted, it probably was a negative to that or a 0.
Yeah, I've got a -1. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it was a tough roll,
Yeah.
and you missed it by 1. So
Missed it by 1.
Yeah, you have to roll like your average rolls, and to make that for both die.
and then, but like I said, if you want to still play Dr. Henry, you can, as they have, this is apparently has happened before.
Right.
I've seen this before.
We may need to find more Lazarus patches before we go out next time.
Yeah.
I know, I might go Dr. Henry, or I might make someone who's actually decent at combat and has a health pool.
I don't, it could be you could still do probably, one thing that might be interesting is like, those bodies came alive. Like maybe, if you want to play a different class or whatever, like you could still be Dr. Henry, but like have whatever and kind of feed into whatever like made those bodies come alive, like some sort of like whatever's on this planet or this force.
There's something weird about this planet. That's all we know.
Or they have the head of Dr. Henry on ice anyway. You could play like the robot body with Dr. Henry's head.
Extra head. Wait, you mean you only have 1 head? I carry 2 around with me.
Yeah, you just change your class entirely, still be Dr. Henry. Yeah.
And if they had your head already, they could have geoengineered your brain to just be different.
Mm-hmm.
Peter, here's a question. Can I carry around different heads, and when we need a different check, I can just put on a different head and be a different class?
Yeah, well, it'd be like you're like a professor which does different classes, but you need a different head for each one.
Right. It could be like Manny Faces from Masters of the Universe. Your head just spins around and like for combat locks in on monster face.
Uh-huh.
Robot face and then human face.
There is only 1 professor at this entire school, and it's Dr. Henry, just with a different head each time.
That's right, yeah. That's why they've got a lot of them in the fridge,
Oh man, who's teaching econ? It's that fucking Dr. Henry. He's not nearly as good as the guy teaching poli-sci. Oh, Dr. Henry? Yeah, he's real chill.
I feel like this is like the heads in Futurama. You just have a collection of them that you could just swap out.
Yeah.
Right. I was specifically imagining Richard Nixon and his giant robot body.
Yes.
Well, I would like to state, Peter didn't say that the person inside of my closet was an entire body. It could have been just the head. And all the other heads I keep stored in there.
Okay.
So that's what you're researching.
That's why I have all the grenades and demo packs.
I didn't go to medical school, but I sure know how to remove heads from bodies.
What made you think he was a medical doctor? I mean, Jesus.
Dr. Ricker spends his whole academic career regrowing heads from scratch. No bodies, because why do you need bodies? Just the head.
Uh-huh.
You're going to discover that 90% of the people on this base were made by Dr. Henry, and they're just, bodies of people that Sindum's killed in the past, and he's taken the body and put the head on it.
Sounds like Sindum.
It is Sindum.
Very, yeah.
What do you think he did before he got here? He was the one who was putting the brains into the drones.
Backstory.
Well, if he comes back, we're gonna have to layer that in somehow.
Made up on the spot backstory.
Well,
Those are
yeah,
the
you
best
can
kind.
have all sorts
Yeah.
of heads, and then you just have to pick which one for the day.
I think I'm feeling this head right here. I don't even know what the fuck this creature is anymore.
Or maybe it's like Tri-Face from He-Man.
Oh, true. Just twist the head every time. Surprise.
Because Peter showed us the head, but we didn't see the back of the head. The back of the head might be just another head.
Yep.
How many heads does one man have?
Yeah, you're like Voldemort, you know, with that guy with the
Turban?
underneath like the turban. Yeah, is
Yep.
another head, yeah, or another face.
Yep.
The many faces of Dr. Henry.
Well, this is sounding like a very difficult character for me to roleplay. Well, I'm a shitty
You'll be
roleplay, and that's
fine.
bad
Yeah,
enough.
you just have to come up with 3 different players and choose which one you're playing each day.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's simple. I'll just go ahead and have Dustin do one of the heads, and I'll have Brendan do another head. That way, I don't even have to be here for 2/3 of the games. It's perfect.
That'll work out for when you die, because you die a lot as well. That'll be helpful. He's got 3
Yeah, it would be
backups
good.
ready to go. Your fighter, your expert, and your psychic all ready.
Right. It would be good also, just design tip. There was like a check button. We could just rescue the head and leave the body behind
Yeah.
for the next time you go down.
Well, I'm down 1 head already because Illumination Boy blew it up.
Yeah, that's
Right.
the expert
Plus-
head, so.
Plus, I imagine you'd have be in some sort of like, some sort of encasing around your head, which would protect you from future sexual assaults by Illumination Boy.
What made you think it wasn't consensual?
Oh,
I've been with Illumination Boy for years now.
Uh-oh.
well,
Who
did
do you think?
Well,
That's
how
half
did
the
I-
reason why Illumination Boy has a split identity.
Exactly.
How did I, because I went to prison, and how did I pass those classes? That's the real question.
yeah, you were both accused of a crime you didn't commit, apparently. Or was it a crime of passion?
Well, actually, the reason you have a split personality is because I have your other head in my closet.
Oh, no.
That's Kevin.
Kevin in the closet.
Oh, no.
Okay,
Well, I
someone
think
get
it's
Kevin
I think you're out of the
closet.
closet after the makeup session.
I think so. Name of this session: Kevin comes out.
Oh.
All right, guys, I appreciate you showing up. Thank you.
That was fun.
Yep, fun game.
Yes, fine.
Good.
Have a good week, guys.
Yeah.
Later, everyone.
Yeah.
Science.